So, quick question. This little PP, leader of the communist conservatives, keeps spewing all this crime. He's tough on crime. Mandatory sentences for crime. Crime, 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 crime. As an ex criminal, ex convict, somebody that likes to keep their ear to the street to know what's going on, I'd like to know where all this crime's coming from. I don't see any crime. I see stupid crimes. You know, people stealing fucking Amazon packages and, low level nickel and dime crime, addict crime. But I don't see any crime. Now, could it just be that little PP and the communist conservatives are just following their masters, their American masters playbook? Because, you know, being an ex-criminal and being an ex-convict, I've also never met one of these MS-13 fucking gangs that they keep promoting, saying that they're the worst gang in the world and they're so fucking deadly that, their reputation alone through the American Nazi government and now the Canadian government. But yet, who in Canada has ever seen an MS-13 individual? It seems like they're the boogeyman to these communist conservatives and Republicans. Because the only gangs I run into are these little Nazi gangs, cliques that have formed over in the last 5 years. The only crime I ever hear of are from white terrorists, aka the trucker convoy, MAGA, January 6th. And it's usually, white people that are committing the crime, aka the truck convoy. So it just seems pretty odd. You know what else is odd? Is that Green Party. When the Green Party came out and Elizabeth May came out with all that exuberance and energy, I was for the Green Party. But now look at the Green Party. It's like Elizabeth May just doesn't want to leave the leadership, and she's got a young boy with her that looks at her like, can I speak now? Can I say something? And it's like she looks at him and he speaks. And I am a Wab Kinew. I'll be voting for Wab Kinew for Prime Minister when he becomes leader, or Charlie Angus when they become leader of the NDP. Other than that, Jagmeet Singh, he's lost it. And really, who the fuck votes for the Bloc Québécois? They shouldn't even be in national politics. They're a joke. Nobody speaks French outside of Quebec, and nobody likes French out of Quebec. And speaking about crime, why don't we speak about how Kerry Doughty, a communist conservative, trespassed on a deceased man's land to post one of his signs on, and then when confronted about it, his office says, "Oh, if you remove the signs, that's a criminal charge." Is that the crime that communist conservatives are talking about? Are they talking about all the corruption that they are with? they have done? Are they going to hold themselves accountable? And as far as this notwithstanding clause, that's just communist conservative propaganda saying whites only law. Anyway, a vote for the communist conservatives is a vote against Canada and Canadian values.